Okie dokie. Well, thank you, Craig, so much. The hostess with the mostest. And hello, team, family. Hello, Melody. Hi, Matthew. Hannah and Ezra, Deborah, Dustin, Jane, Sandy, Mike and Trish, Deb, Bill Shoemaker. Great to have you guys on here. I love and appreciate you. Today's title is going to be Giving. Giving, Giving, giving. Now, I know that each and every one of you, when you see me, wow, that the camera really loves this shirt, doesn't it? That's cool. But one of the things I wanted to share with all of you is that ever since I figured out this one concept, it's like when I got my Facebook page, I didn't even think about putting my name. So if you guys see me, hi Lisa Marie, hi Coach Bob. So when you guys go to my Facebook page, you'll notice that it's facebook.com/giving it forward. Giving it forward is my username for Facebook. And I wanted to really focus on that and share this with you guys because I know a lot of people. Hi, Scott. By the way, Scott, congratulations on getting your income from Immunitech. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Mary. Oh, Scott McKinney. Oh, that was Scott McAvoy. And so, but one of the things I wanted to share with each and every one of you is for me personally, I'll never forget sitting in front of my mentor. He's showing me his $62,000 check. He's showing me all these people that he helped make $8, $9, $10,000. He showed me all of this stuff. And the thing that I couldn't get over was I'm not a salesperson. I remember saying that like yesterday. And the first thing that he did is he says, I totally understand that. Why don't you share with me why you don't like sales? And I said this immediately. I said this, well, I was an auto mechanic and I always seen these car salesmen always selling cars to people that couldn't afford them. And I said, another kind of salesperson is a service writer. And so a person comes in and the story I tell over and over again, but this is a story that changed me, was, this car came in and I mean, it was making such a loud squealing noise in the front wheel. It was crazy. And so the lady brings it in. I didn't see her. They said squeal in the front. I picked it up. I took off the front tires. And when I took off the left front tire, a big rock fell out. So somehow a rock got caught up in her caliper and it was scraping against the rim of the car, right? So as soon as I pulled it out, it's not going to squeak anymore. Then I glance at the brakes and she's got plenty of brakes, probably way over 50%. So I put the tires on, take it back, the service order back to the service writer. And I said, listen, there was just a rock in the caliper. I took it out. About 10 minutes later, he comes back with the service order and it's telling me to put front brakes on the car. It doesn't need front brakes. Now, the funny thing about this story is all of you've seen this before, that, while you're waiting to get your car repaired, it's funny that you're at the parts department. Did you ever notice that? There's one part of the parts department that's got the mud flaps. It's got, all these things that you can buy. But then there's another window where the mechanics come up. And so I came up and I was like, I don't want to do this. And it's like, listen, well, if you don't do it, you're going to get fired. And so I walked up to the window and I could see a lady that had a little toddler, both girls, but she had a little toddler that was, walking. And then she had a baby and a like little handler thing. What is that thing called? Car seat or something? I don't know. It's baby like you carry it. Huh?
Just baby carry.
No, it's different.
All right. But yeah, maybe it does go into a seat and a stroller and everything. Yeah. And she was there and I could just see her crying. And so if I got caught doing this, I would have been in trouble, but I seen her. So I walked away from the window and walked through the waiting room. And I just walked up to her and I said, what's wrong? And she says, Well, she says, I can't afford brakes right now. I just can't. And I said, so why are you getting them? And she said, well, the service writers told me, don't you think your daughters should be important to you? So when he said, you need new brakes, of course she said, I can't afford them. And then he said, wow, but don't you think protecting your two little girls would be more important? You got to find a way to get the money. And so when he said that, I looked at her and I said, you got to listen to me. I'm the mechanic working on your car. Tell them that you made a call and you got an emergency and you got to leave right now. Do not listen to another word he says. And she said, really? And I said, yeah. I said, I already got the wheels on your car. So I'll pull it around. And that's what I did. So I told Bill, my mentor, this story about how much I dislike salespeople. So the one thing that Bill was really smart in doing is he didn't tell me to get over it. All right? He reframed it for me. So he goes, man, he said, if you don't like sales, you are going to crush this business. Where do you go from there? I go, well, what do you mean? And he goes, Robert, we don't sell anything. All we do is give people information where they can make up their own decision. All your job, listen closely, everyone, all your job is giving them the information that they don't have. Can you see where he reframed it in my mind? That if I had important information, that I need to give this to people? I need to give this information to people. So now when they don't look at it, or they don't see the message, or they try to pitch me on something else, or they tell me no, all I was trying to do is give them information. Are you guys following me? Because if you are following me, I guarantee you, if I seen some of your messages that you're sending to people, you're not giving anything out. You're trying to convince them to buy something. You're trying to sell them. There's a huge difference. How many of you like to be sold? No one likes to be sold. In fact, I bring this up with Terry all the time. Terry is the personality trait that if you told her that she needed to buy something, she wouldn't, just to despite you. See what I mean? You don't say, you got to buy this. You got to buy this. But there's also something unique about Terry, as we seem to get Amazon packages almost every day. And when we get them and I say, what is this? She immediately tells me all the reviews that she's seen, or that it's at a discount, and this isn't much money. Because when she sees the reviews, then that's how she makes a decision that she would like to try or have this product. Do you guys all follow me? Now, how many of you guys think that I tell Terry to stop buying things? But when I see the packages, she always seems to justify them.
The dog needs treats and I need magnesium. That's what I bought.
And I'll say, wow, this is a nice little handbag. And she's going, yeah, like the other ones, it's like, oh my God. How many purses and handbags and pouches
Too many.
Can one person have?
Too many, like your shirts. Too many. Except for my things don't cost $175 a piece.
Well, that's why you get 300 of them. But you guys, you guys know I'm joking. You're totally joking with her. But when we make a decision to get something, isn't it pretty cool You know, I say this to you guys, people all the time. If we went through all your guys' closets and all your garages, right, we would find endless amount of things that you purchased that you know you needed, that you don't use, right? But, you know, Trish is pointing at Mike, but it's like when you do need it and you got it, then you had it. See, I told you. I told you that we would need this again. So we got to have it. We got to have it. And so the reason that I say this to each and every one of you, and I see that, Bob, Coach Bob, where you said I need tools. I need electronics. You know what I mean? I need electronics. And I don't need the cheap ones either. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not going to buy the same electronics that everybody else buys. It's going to be the best electronic, right? So I bring this all back to say to each and every one of you is that when you're talking about the concept of giving, is that, you know, I know you guys have heard this, but I can guarantee you a lot of you need to be, you know, watching this live or recorded. A lot of you don't do enough of what I'm just about ready to say. Now, there's this concept that talks about there's more joy in giving than receiving. And when you're not doing it correctly, I can guarantee you a lot of you don't give enough. All right? Because I guarantee the same first thing that you thought of was money. Right? Have any one of you ever received anything from me? All right. All right. So I give of my time. I give of, you know, I say something encouraging. I tell you I love and appreciate you. I'll send you a worship video. I'll send you something on personal development. Do you think that's giving? And listen, you guys, listen. I do this all day. All day, every day. Some of you, I've sung you happy birthday. Is that giving? So if you're constantly giving, I look at my Facebook profile as a way of being able to constantly encourage and make people feel good, right? So to me, I've used my social media as a way of having fertile seed and constantly being a place that can encourage people and lift them up and give them something that is not like the rest of the world. And it's funny, sometimes I look at people's social media and I go, you better not be in business. Because the stuff that you're constantly sharing on your social media is like, wow, do you hate the world? Yeah, but I need to. You're not doing nothing. By posting hateful things on your social media, all you're doing is you're taking your garden and your Facebook and you're just filling it with a bunch of weeds. And don't get mad at me, but some of you that are believers are going against exactly what Jesus came here to do. It's like you got to love people. You got to forgive people. You got to lead by example. It's like, come on. So these things happen in the world all the time. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but there's always something to be pissed off about. So I want people to constantly see the things that I'm giving them, the planting of seeds. I don't know how many of you watched Mike, do a training, the power call. And for those of you that have been around me a long time, I'm going to be the giving it forward. I'm going to be the, constant person that's sowing into your life, that when you see a message from me, you get a smile before you even watch it. You get a smile before you even open it up. Because if Robert's reaching out to you, it's not to make you feel worse. is to make you feel better. And what I'm seeing now, 39 years being in this business, but even prior to being in this business, a lot of people that I know, because Terry knew me when I was a mechanic, when I was Bobby the auto mechanic. And you want to be one of those people that people love having around. It's like when I'm around even relatives that I haven't seen forever, the very first thing that they say to me is, man, it sure is fun hanging around you. Even while they're complaining, right? They'll get around me and they'll start, they're screaming about this and they're screaming about this and they're complaining about their children and they're complaining about their spouse. While their spouse is sitting next to them, they complain about their spouse. It's like, listen, if you're going to complain about your spouse, do you have to do it on camera where everyone can see you? And that's why Terry and I joke back and forth all the time, because I think that some people can see that we might be doing just a funny riff back and forth. But listen, I'm not complaining about her.
Ever.
So I really want you guys to stay on point here because, ever since Charlie Kirk, again, you guys see the nice little plaque up there that Chris, Mary's husband, did for me. But, there's just too much ugliness in the world. And if you're just the kind of person that would be willing to constantly share things with people that make them feel better. I've shared with some of you guys before. It's like, Tom is an opera singer. And Tom has left me a happy birthday message in his professional opera language. You know what I mean? Language. Singing. I guess it's a love language. I didn't see Jim on here. Hi, Jim. And so one of the things I want you guys to do, if you can change your thinking and change your perspective, I told Craig what I was going to talk about. And, he's going to post some videos in here because you guys have seen me do a character called the farmer. I've talked about the parable of the sower many times. Matt's even putting together, you guys have seen clips of that. And I just love the concept where, Jim Rowan has the incredible one that, I watched him do that training live. And it's so fun when people are like, well, I reached out to a couple of people and I don't know why they didn't, watch the videos. And it's like the birds got them. The birds got them. But yet we really want to understand why people won't do what we would love them to do. Does that make sense to you guys? And so, I know that a lot of you've seen me send you, things that are not only funny, but sometimes they're personal development. And then there's sometimes, whenever, when Charlie Kirk got assassinated, I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to be more bolder than I ever have been. Even though I've been pretty bold, everyone that I talk to and I say I'm getting bolder, everyone's been really nice and sent me messages going, there was never a moment that I doubted that you believed in God and Jesus, and I went, well, maybe it was a second guessing of me, But the point is I love sending people worship songs. Have I sent any of you worship songs? You know what I mean? And it's like, man, I just don't know how you can watch some of these worship songs, even if you weren't a believer, and just go, man, there's a lot of energy there. And it's exactly what people said about Charlie Kirk's memorial. So there's still some of those videos online. And all of a sudden you go on there and all the people that watched it via television can say that they don't believe, but they still can't understand the magic and the emotion that was happening at that time. See, that's something that's undeniable. And so that's why I shared with you guys, a lot of people that I'll do is I'll reach out to them, and as soon as I connect with them, I go, hey, have you ever heard of The Greatest Miracle in the World? Someone shared that book with me during a really awful time in my life. And I read it, and it changed every area of my life. Here's not only the book, but here's also, the audios on it. And, when I did that with Wanda Kay years ago, to think that I did it with her, and if you go look at her YouTube and that video that I'm still promoting, the last time I looked at it was like 57,000 views. And I want each and every one of you, when you think about, I need to reach out to people, that the first thought, not heart, the first thought you have is, I just don't know what to say to get this person to get in the company. I just don't know what to say to sell them some product. And I'm just saying that maybe, just maybe, because you're not a sales type, which 90% of people are not sales type, that when you think about selling, or think about what I would post, or think about what I would put, whatever you're thinking about, you don't do it. You don't do it consistently because you're selling and trying to convince, instead of thinking, what could I find today that I could give? What if I just reached out to people and got really, really good at giving? And Mary Valchek's on here. And when Mary first came to me, I could tell that she had a I was going to say the word problem, but that wasn't it. It was just I could see that she didn't want to do that she was overthinking. And so I said to her, well, listen, how many people do you have right now that are your friends and your followers on Facebook? And I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't a lot. And 635. And I said, listen, why don't you just reach out to people and just attempt this giving process? Let's just see if you can get into the rhythm and the giving and the joy of doing that, instead of talking to them about product or business. And now she has way over 6,000 followers. So I did an interview with her. And it's on my YouTube channel, because I just thought that a lot of you might have to figure out how to consistently give and give and give and give. Because what a lot of people don't know about me is that when I give, I usually get something back. So when I sing someone happy birthday, or I send them a worship song, it's pretty interesting how they'll reach back to me and go, wow, thank you. It was like perfect timing that you sent this to me. That's really cool for me now to leave, and I just love verbal. So what I'll say is, I'll turn around and say, oh, you're welcome. I really hope that, 26 will be the best year ever for you. Deborah, are you okay? Deb, you all right? You look like you're seeking for something. I'm watching her on the camera, and she's like, but my point being is that when you can respond back to them, now you started this thing called a conversation, right? And in that conversation of going back and forth is when I would go, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but have you ever heard the phrase that you become who you hang around? And people come back and go, yeah, I've heard of that. I go, with all the craziness that's happening in the world, I'm glad I'm a part of this community called Unlimited Wisdom. It's like there's a bunch of people in there just like us, and they have, they're hanging around, they're doing nice posts. You guys, how do you think that I would react or other people would react if you posted the same stuff that you post on your Facebook wall in unlimited wisdom? Is there any doubt in your guys' mind that you would be kicked out of the group immediately? That should make you think that I can be like this on social media, but if I wanted to be in a group, see, some of you will do that kind of crazy stuff on your social media, but you don't do that at church. If you go to church. And so why is it separate places that you get to be this person that I think you shouldn't be? You know, what's that saying, and I'll get off of it, is, all the neat stuff we learned when you're a kid, if you have nothing nice to say, shut up. People don't like that language, but
That's not even a bad word.
that's not
Totally a bad word.
yeah, it's not even a bad word. But I want you to think about your garden, which is your social media, and the things that you do in unlimited wisdom. I want people to come into unlimited wisdom, and when they come in, they haven't even thought about Immunitech. They haven't thought about the company or nothing. And as they're building up their levels and commenting, they all of a sudden look at Sandy's post and went, if I'm doing this business, this is with Sandy Baker. The amount of love and stuff that she puts into her post and her thoughtfulness. Every time I see Sandy post, it makes me feel good. See, a lot of you, I don't think you realize that there's a lot of people out there that are trying to find a way to get away from all the distractions that are negative. There's not a person that I'm aware of that doesn't say one day, I think I have to disengage from this stuff.
Stop watching the news.
You know what I mean? I think I need to disengage from this stuff. And because again, I'm just saying, if you're trying to find people, I think billions of people on social media is a pretty neat place. But I think that people, when they go to your Facebook page or your LinkedIn or your Instagram or your TikTok, whatever they do, and I know he's not here, but how many people think if you ever went to Corky's TikTok that he might not get everybody, but I think that people would feel good being around him? Does that make sense? So I just want you to think about what are you giving? Every day, what are you giving? And when you're connecting to people, what are you giving? Because once you give, then the law of reciprocity, the law of compensation comes in, and people reach out to you and they don't care what you know unless they know that you care. And then when they see that you care, and then all of a sudden you reach out to them again, you make them feel good. Now all of a sudden you're in a place where you can possibly do business with them. That's why it's easy for me. Once I give to people, I can reach out and say, hey, listen, by the way, I have an incredible product that a lot of people are getting great results from. Do you know anyone right now that's suffering with anything where they would like to get rid of it? Is it okay if I send you a video where you can learn the information and then introduce me to some people that you know that I could help? So that's what I thought I'd share with you. Giving. So I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget, today, Matt's doing his Genius 101 or whatever he does. So I'll let Craig talk about that. But thank you, Sarah, Scott, Mary, Melody, Lisa Marie, Jim, Michael, Angela, Tom, Matthew, Hannah, Ezra, Jane, Coach Bob, Dustin, Sandy, Mike and Trish, Deb, Bill Shoemaker, and Craig Jackman. By the way, you guys, Craig Jackman's first performances tonight. So if all of us can, what time did you say, Craig?
7:30 Pacific.
So 7:30 Pacific, if you can just maybe at 7. maybe by 7 or something, whether you send good vibes or you pray or you whatever, let's just send Craig some excellent prayers and energy for him to just rock it tonight.
Bless you, bless
You
you
bet.
all. Thank you so very much. A couple reminders. Don't forget today at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern is Imagination Hour with Matt Hollis. That is a premium. So if you have not joined us with our premium tier, you are so missing out. We've got so many great things. Besides on the free tier, which is like today, the Daily Wisdoms, and then Master's Mind on Sunday, Recess on Monday. But the premium tiers have so much more. So much more. No, Jane, unfortunately, it's not live on Zoom. I wish it was, but thank you for asking. Anyways, join us today, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern for Matt Hollis's Imagination Hour. You will learn so much. Then tomorrow on Saturday, another premium item is Ask Us Anything, where you get to ask the community anything you would like, and we will answer. So please join us there, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Of course, I mentioned Sunday. Oh, I like that melody. Premium tier equals premium life. There we go. Very good. So Sunday Master's Mind, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. That's also part of the free. And also Recess on Monday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, just like today, Daily Wisdom, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 Eastern. Next Wednesday, our brand new course goes to Chapter 1, Outwitting the Devil with Dana Scranton. You do not want to miss this. Go to the classroom. If you haven't seen this already or watched our intro, the first video is there in the classroom under the title of Outwitting the Devil. It's free. So join us, will you, please? Yes, Bob, re-watch it. It is incredible, and we're going to have a great time learning about outwitting the devil. So with that being said, thank you all very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here on our Daily Wisdom. Don't forget, we got a lot of stuff that was shared today in the chat. Hit the 3 dots in the meeting chat next to Daily Wisdom. Then click Save Chat. It will download to your computer as we finish today's Daily Wisdom. And that is that. So until next time, later today or tomorrow or the next time that we see each other, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and unmute so we can all say so long and have a fantabulous Friday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Guys. Take care.
Have a good
God
day.
bless. Have a great day.
Love you all.
Love you.
TTFN.